A recent interview with extraterrestrial contactee Chris Bledsoe on The Sean Ryan Show has been making headlines. In the interview, Bledsoe seemed to predict the return of Jesus Christ on Easter 2026. However, controversy has surrounded exactly what he meant. Interestingly, at no point in the interview does he actually say the name Jesus. Instead, some believe the interview was edited in a way that made it seem like he did. Looking at the bigger picture, it seems Bledsoe was referring not only to the return of Jesus, but also to the reappearance of an ET woman he has encountered, along with her host, and the arrival of new knowledge. You can watch the clip and decide for yourself what he truly meant.
This was in 2013 is when I really got that message from her, because that's when I was asked by the Pentagon, by 2 Air Force generals, to put it in writing what she told me. She said that when the star of Regulus, she called it a red star. When you look at it, it looks blue. But she said when Regulus is red on the horizon, in front of the gaze of the Sphinx, before daylight. So in other words, when it's sitting right on top of the horizon before the sun comes up, that moment would mark a change in humanity's knowledge. So what they did was I gave them the date of 2026 because they took that celestial event and ran it through these machines that showed that exact alignment will happen in 2026 at Easter.
What will happen?
The star will, the alignment she told me about, that the star of Regulus would be on the horizon in front of the Sphinx. At that moment, there'd be a new knowledge. Well, I had no idea if this was even possible, but these astronomers run it through the machines and it comes out that star is going to come up on the horizon in Easter of 2026. And from that point forward, they started remote viewing this date. Government did. And now you hear it all over TV. 2026, that's the big date. 2027, that year, something's going to happen. And it was with Robert Grant that I told him about this alignment and all. And then he's like, oh my God. He's been looking for this ruby, this little ruby you have to find and place it between the paws of the Sphinx to make this event that he knows is going to happen in 2026. I said, Robert, it's not a ruby, it's the star of Regulus. And he looks at it, he's like, oh my God, it's the king star. So what's going to happen, I don't know. But I think it's possible that's the return of
Christ.
Yeah. Or the lady and the whole heavenly host living with us, Jesus. That's the first time I've ever said that in my life publicly. You're the first. And 1 million people's asked me this. So I think it's entirely possible that, because she told me that when the suffering of man becomes too great, that they're going to stop it and they're going to snuff out the darkness. That's why the military and the government all want to know about this, because they know it's real. They know this lady has been seen 1 million times. And when she comes, she's always warning of some big catastrophe. In the Native American world, they call her the White Buffalo Calf Lady. And she would come warning about some tribe coming to kill everybody or some big event. And it's in every culture that way. But I'm I wish I knew more.
What do you think that day is going to look like? If you thought you had to...
It says in Micah, in that glorious and beautiful day, he's coming back to save us all.
Do you look forward to that day?
Absolutely.
Regardless of the controversy, This raises an important question. What does the return of Jesus Christ really mean? Many religious traditions, especially Christianity, have long spoken of this event, but could there be another way to interpret it? Throughout history, Christianity has often understood this prophecy to mean that Jesus of Nazareth, the historical figure, will physically return to Earth. However, our galactic family offers a different perspective. For many years, they have spoken about a solar flash event, a sudden burst of energy from the sun that will activate a higher state of consciousness across the planet. This event is said to bring a shift from 3D Earth to a 5D reality, transforming human awareness in an instant. In essence, this isn't about one person returning. It's about a collective awakening into what some call Christ consciousness. It's worth noting that recent solar activity has been intensifying, with record-breaking energy levels observed in recent weeks. At the same time, the Schumann resonance, which measures Earth's energetic frequency, has been rising. According to the Galactics, this reflects the growing awareness and spiritual evolution of humanity. Contrary to popular belief, Christ is not Jesus' last name. So, to clear up the confusion, I asked ChatGPT to explain what the word really means. Christ consciousness is a spiritual concept that represents a higher state of awareness, often associated with divine love, unity, and enlightenment. It transcends religious dogma and is seen as a universal state of being where one aligns with divine wisdom, compassion, and oneness with all existence. While the term includes Christ, it does not exclusively refer to Jesus Christ as a historical figure. Instead, it signifies the level of consciousness that Jesus embodied: unconditional love, selflessness, and spiritual awakening. Many believe Jesus came to demonstrate this higher state and to teach humanity how to access it. In this sense, Christ consciousness is not limited to one person, but is a potential within all beings, a divine essence that can be awakened through spiritual practice, inner work, and self-realization. In mystical and esoteric traditions, Christ consciousness is linked to enlightenment and the idea that every person has the capacity to embody divine love and wisdom, much like Jesus did. Some spiritual perspectives even align it with concepts like the higher self, cosmic awareness, or the ascension process of the soul. And then I further went on to ask which religions have foretold the return of Jesus Christ. And naturally, Christianity is at the top of the list, but also Islam, the Baha'i faith, Hinduism, and of course, New Age spiritualism. Now that we've got that straight, let's hear what our galactic family has to say about the upcoming solar flash event.
Know that the great changeover has accelerated with the energies of the full moon lunar eclipse, the transition from the third dimensional consciousness into the fifth dimensional reality of New Earth. Many have spoken of a singular dramatic event or a solar flash that will instantly transform your world. In truth, beloved ones, your collective awakening is the event, unfolding in stages even now. A cosmic trigger such as the solar flash will still almost certainly occur, but its impact depends on humanity's preparedness. The more you raise your collective consciousness and embrace love over fear, the gentler this transition can be. Whether change comes gradually or in a sudden burst, the outcome will be the same: the elevation of Earth into a higher vibrational state. Rest assured that the Great Awakening cannot be halted or diverted. The divine plan is in motion, and the liberation of Earth is assured. Even now, powerful waves of light are streaming onto your planet, accelerating the awakening of souls everywhere. Many of you feel time speeding up and reality shifting. These are signs of the increasing frequencies. The veil that once kept humanity in spiritual darkness is growing thin. Every day, more people question the old paradigms and open their eyes to higher truth. This mass awakening is not always comfortable. Long-held beliefs are being challenged, and some may feel disoriented as their perspective expands. This is where you, the light workers and awakened ones, have a crucial role. You are the anchors of calm and beacons of hope during this transition. By staying centered in love and truth, you create a stable field that helps others find reassurance amidst uncertainty. When others succumb to panic or despair, your example of peace and faith lights the way for them. Now, dear ones, the responsibility lies with humanity to finish cleaning up the last remnants of darkness in your society. We continue to support you in every way permitted by divine law, but you must be the primary agents of change on the ground. The remaining dark agenda can only continue if people give in to fear and division. Do not give them that energy. Stand united and fearless in the truth. Their power was always an illusion, dependent on humanity's compliance and ignorance. As you and your brothers and sisters awaken and say no more, the entire house of cards of control collapses. Even now, brave souls among you, the Alliance, the White Hats, and millions of ordinary people are dismantling the old systems piece by piece, often with our guidance behind the scenes. Corrupt leaders are being quietly removed or exposed. Oppressive technologies are failing, and manipulative narratives are crumbling. Every day, the light gains more ground in the visible world.
Amazing insights from our galactic brothers and sisters. I highly recommend you check out the full channeling at GFL Station, as well as The Sean Ryan Show. I've put links in the description box below. Like and subscribe, and please do the same for my channel, Galactic Spirit. But as a final thought, whether or not Easter 2026 marks a significant event, the real message isn't about waiting for an external savior. Check out my previous video on this topic. It's about us. The shift to a higher state of being is something we create within ourselves by choosing love, peace, and unity. Rather than focusing on a single moment in time, the key is to embrace this transformation now by raising our own consciousness and living from the heart. The return of Christ in this sense is not about one person. It's about all of us awakening to our divine nature. Please let me know what you think about what's going to happen, if anything at all. Predictions are fickle, but that's a topic for another episode. I really want to know your perspective, so please leave a comment. On that note, thanks for being with me. Take care and enjoy.